Hey, everyone. What's up? Did you miss us? Are we on a little late? I'm sorry. I didn't know I was going to be the only one here. So, hell of a game, wouldn't you say? So, Sharks are victorious 5-2. Timo Meyer coming this close to a hat trick. Scooch away. A scooch. So, let's see what we got going on here. This is Teal Town, USA After Dark, coming at you after every single Sharks game that happens at the tank and away. Follow us. Do I take guests? I might have to be honest. Do us a favor, hit subscribe on the YouTube channel, get that notification bell. We're also on SoundCloud, and follow us Instagram, Teal Town USA, Twitter, and Facebook. So I should probably invite a couple people here. Yeah, I think I might be rolling a little. Hey, I'm not totally solo. Kayla is with me. You know this. You know her. You love her. But let me throw this out to some people here and see what happens. There you go. We'll put the call out to the Russian bots and see if anybody wants to join. And there's Al already saying, "Sup?" So let's get into this one. It did not start well, people. I'm going to be honest. I was comatose through about the first 12 minutes of this game, which the Sharks kind of were as well. Uh, Drew Stafford gets that first goal, 12 minutes of the first. And I got to be honest, I was exactly what I said, just short of a coma. You'll forgive me here because, like I said, I'm coming into this late. I'm coming in hot, people, is what it is. So had to, oh boy, had to set this up very, very quickly. So there you go. All right. So again, Stafford scores 12 minutes into this one, and you could kind of feel the. I'm cracking a little. Okay, I'll try to dial it down. You could feel in this one, once New Jersey got on the board first, it was very much kind of, all right, we know the Sharks don't do well when they don't score the first goal. And again, you looked at the first 10 minutes of this game and you're just kind of like, wait a minute, New Jersey played last night. They went all the way to a shootout versus Anaheim. The Sharks had the day off. You would expect a bit more in the way of, I don't know, jump. And it took the boys about 15 minutes to get their act together. Maybe Drew Stafford scoring that first goal kind of woke the boys up. Jerry's saying that first goal was all on Jones. God, I don't know about that. I remember being very upset with Vlasic's play on that goal. I felt like I don't know if it was it Green. I remember thinking that Vlasic played that incorrectly as it was going behind the net. I was a little cheesed off. I might be getting that. Actually, I might be getting that wrong. Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Andy Green goal. The goal that, yes, Jones needed to hug that pipe because Drew Stafford came down the right side, put it in damn near behind the net. Yeah, it was right there along the crease. So yeah, that was not good at all. But Timo would fix things just almost 4 minutes later, 15:51, with a nice assist from Hurdle. And Timo's shot, all of a sudden you felt the building kind of go, okay, now we're good. Now, okay, the Sharks have woken up. They figured it out. And then a hot 2 minutes later, Captain Pavelski nets his 20 from Dylan and Carlson, and EK 65. And remember, kids, if I remember correctly, didn't Pavelski only get like 22 goals all of last season? And here we are at like game 33, and he's already at 20. So, hey, the hell now is what I'm saying. I mean, it's not as if Pavelski's playing for a contract, but that's the way the first period would shake out. I liked the defense a little bit more. I still feel like they're all not on the same page yet, but they're getting there. And joining now is Al Martinet.
Hey,
Hello.
just closing a few tabs.
I got you.
How you
So,
doing?
doing all right. Just talking about just kind of synopsis, or giving a little synopsis on the first period, and Skylar confirming yes, 22 for Captain Pavelski last year. So, but Jerry pointing out quite well that Pavs did have a broken wrist, or he definitely had something going on. Because I even remember at the Fan Fest before last season that he would not sign things at a lot of the events or whatever because and obviously wouldn't disclose it. And you felt bad for him because Pavelski caught a lot of crap for not signing stuff, but he no one would say why until until after the playoffs were over. And oh, by the way, Pavelski had this lingering injury for most of the season and whatnot. So yes, Pavelski's healthy coming into this one, and again, playing in a contract year. You give me a team full of players playing in their contract year, and I will win you a Stanley Cup every time.
Yeah, I'm also kind of impressed with Joe Thornton the past couple of weeks, or not weeks, but last say 2 weeks. He's been pretty decent. Um, but
he's found such a chemistry with Sorensen. I can't believe it.
yeah, and then Eric Carlson starting to show up. 4 assists the last 5 games.
Yes. It's coming around for EK. It feels like, and it felt like tonight he could have actually had a couple more. There was one or two passes where I think he's just a hot passer, man. There is a lot of speed on his passes, and I still don't think the Sharks are ready for him yet.
He could have had a goal in the third period after the breakout, and he decided. Well, he kind of lost the puck in transition and then threw it away. So there was an opportunity there.
Yeah. So getting into the second period, 7 minutes 19 seconds in from Radil and Burns. Radim Shimmick would get his very first NHL goal, and it was a beauty. I mean, just you talk about a guy that he had patience. He kind of crossed the blue line a little bit, looked for that open lane, and then just jammed it home. The way Goodrow acted, I almost thought Goodrow might have gotten a piece of it because Goodrow was parked in front of Kincaid, but nope. Shimmick, boom, nailed it in there. It was beautiful. I neglected to look for the guy who was going to go get that puck and grab it, and put it on the bench and make sure that went home with Shimmick. But that was a beautiful slapper, and that made it 3-1. Everybody in the building is now going, okay, Sharks are facing the worst team in the East. They've lost two, or they've won 2 of their last 11. The Sharks should have this wrapped up, but then again, we've seen the Sharks the last couple of games score 3 goals and then give up 3 straight goals.
Yes, and also they play down to their competition most of the times, and uh, yeah, for once they didn't let in 3 goals in the last couple of games. That was kind of a relief last in the third period.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's 3-1. Then 2 minutes later, Andy Green would score his first goal of the season for New Jersey, coming from Palmieri and Heischer. And at that point, then it's 3-2, and you go, oh, crap, not again. And New Jersey had some chances before Timo Meyer would get his second of the game at 14:52. But New Jersey had they definitely had a couple times where you're like, okay, Jones is making his cash tonight. There was again, I do fault Jones for that first easy goal from Stafford, but we've seen that from Jones before. Well, he'll let in a softie early in the game, and then he's pretty much on lockdown for the rest of it. And for the most part, he was. Again, I go back to what I was saying at the beginning of the show. Andy Green's goal, to me, I look at that, and to me, it's hard to fault Jones on that because I feel like Vlasic played it wrong. I'm trying to think who else was in front of the net at that point. Might have been Braun. I can't remember the other player, but it might have been Goodrow. It was just poor play. They kind of hung Jones out to dry on that one.
Yeah, even like when the Sharks were going through their tough stretch, I thought Jones were playing well. It's just the defensive pairings were letting David's game away. It just seems like there were just some miscues going on, chemistry wise or just injury wise.
Yeah. And yeah, they just keep hanging them out to dry. Okay, Dave saying, look at the chat. Okay, I'm looking at the chat. What am I looking for? So Mosh Hurdle's goal was so very obviously fueled by Sandstorm playing right before the bye. And what the okay, let's go to the third period. So Hurdle does get his ninth at 14:23 from LeBanc and Pavelski on the power play. That was the weirdest power play, at least. I don't know what it looked like on TV. At the tank, nobody knew what was going on. All we heard was New Jersey delay of game. And the box opened and everybody is waiting around. Not a single Devils player is skating to the box, and everybody's waiting. And you see the TV timeout light on, and then the TV timeout light goes off, and we're all still waiting for almost another 2 minutes before finally someone skated over to the box. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
During the playoffs, you tend to see that if you're trying to buy time, trying to get some fresh legs in the ice. But on the
I don't
regular
know.
season,
It was ridiculous. Just another Randy G saying broadcasters were also confused. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
yeah,
New Jersey got like an 8-minute timeout to argue the call. No kidding. I don't know what the hell they were doing. TV had no idea why New Jersey got a penalty either. Well, I mean, they called delay of game. No one really no one saw a puck go over the glass. Like still to this point, no one really knows why it got called. It certainly wasn't too many men on the ice, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But
I will say though, at least they capitalized on their chances. That power play looked pretty good in the third period.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. The PK for the Sharks tonight looked really good, especially the first one. New Jersey never got a shot on goal. They never got close to sniffing a shot on goal. And however, though, I do remember being at the game and paying attention during that penalty kill and looking, going, are they even getting a shot on goal? Because the Sharks were keeping everything to the perimeter, weren't letting it get in. And then I remember at one point, like the shot counter for New Jersey ticked up one, and I went, did they miss something before the power play? I'm like, are they making up stuff now? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm more or less impressed with the third period. They built upon their lead. They didn't give up a goal. It was still the score was 2-5. Um, Solid finish. I mean, that's what you kind of want to do against teams like the Devils.
Absolutely. And you look at the numbers for tonight. The Sharks outshot them 34-24, owned the circle tonight 63-37, 1 for 2 on the power play, 2 for 2 on the kill. Pims obviously the same at 4 each. Hits very even, 14-13 for the Devils. Blocks and giveaways pretty much even, 14 blocks for the Devils, 10 for the Sharks, 13 giveaways for the Sharks, 10 for the Devils. But look at the time on ice tonight. None of the forwards cracked 20 minutes. Only 2 defensemen cracked 20 minutes. And of course, who was that? Carlson and Burns, of course.
Yep.
So you didn't, because you got that nice, healthy lead, you didn't have to overplay guys, and you could throw 12 and a half, 13 minutes at Goodrow. And, the guys on the bottom. Radil getting almost 12 minutes tonight. LeBanc 12:01. I mean, it was pretty even. I mean, leader Pavelski didn't even crack 19 minutes tonight. So that's a good game. And now you got 2 days off before Dallas comes to town, and you owe Dallas after last week.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas is a tough matchup for the Sharks. Just that Dallas is built on speed. What Dallas kind of lacks is goaltending. So if you can get to that, you have a chance. But speed is something the Sharks can't really handle. At least they've shown they're doing better against it. But early stretch of the season, that was something that was killing us.
Yes, sir. Let's go to the chat here. We should move Heed. We can't send him down to the CUDA without waivers. We have 2 defensemen in the press box. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I Shimmick is making Ryan more and more expendable. Let's be honest. I mean, the small sample size, but I'm really, really liking Shimmick's game. I'm really liking Sorensen's game. Both of these guys are like 5'11", very smaller guys, but they play a heavy game. You have to appreciate that. So
Yeah. It,
Braun could be a salary dump at the deadline. Only if somebody else puts it together.
I still think there's value keeping Braun, but I don't see it if the Sharks are still competing. I only say you trade Braun if the season is really going bad, but Braun is still a decent defenseman.
Yeah, I'd have to let me look it up here. He's not in a contract
I think he
contract
has
year right now, is he?
2 years left. So this
Two?
year and next year.
Let's take a peek. So, who are we talking about? Justin Braun. He has one more year after this.
Yep.
So that does actually make him very. That's an opportune time to move somebody is when they have a year left. And Brendan Dillon also with a year left. But I'll tell you, I mean, Brendan Dillon, trending upward. Braun, not so much. But I'm loving me some Shimmick. I'm a little surprised with Radil. I would have, if it's my call, I'm calling up Perron. Excuse me, I have a cat in the way, but I would have called up Perron. I mean, Perron's lighting it up for Barracuda.
Sure, I could see that if you're trying to match speed with speed, but at this point with the defensive lineups, I think winning 4 of the past 5 games, you don't really want to mess with that. So I think they probably just stay with the current core.
Yeah, yeah, I would. But Shimmick and Rob pointing this out, Shimmick is a good physical defenseman. See, I like that about Shimmick. I like he plays that heavy game because then it also kind of frees up Burns to be more of the Wookiee, if you will, that can just go and do Wookiee things and play a little haphazard.
I thought you were going to say forward. I'm like, oh, that's a really interesting comment there.
No. But it was. But see, that's the other thing that's so funny and I've seen the debates that you've got 2 Norris Trophy winning defensemen that both won a lot of time. They both want to run the power play. They both want to run things when they're out there. They want to be the QB. They want the ball all the time. It's hard to have those 2 kind of players and make it work. It gives you the opportunity to put Burns at a forward position, not all the time, but it gives you that Swiss Army knife that if it's something that you need, think back to Chicago Blackhawks with Dustin Byfuglien. It gives you that dynamic.
Was he forward or did he move to defenseman at that?
Byfuglien?
Yeah, Byfuglien.
I'm pretty sure he was forward because I just remember they kept parking his big butt in front of the opposing goaltender, and it was working for them in a big way.
Yes.
I'm actually surprised that PDB has not tried that with Burns, at least on the power play when the power play was, had that horrible stretch where they had like gone 0 for 20.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting because you don't really see Burns park in front of the net at all, if rarely. So
Exactly.
I don't think he has that type of game to him. And anytime he was close to the net, he was trying to pass it. So maybe that's something you can do during the All-Star break. Maybe see if that works, but
not all of us can tip like Pavelski people.
Yes.
Rob saying, I'd like to see Vlasic and Braun broken up. They've been such a liability lately. I mean, I think you could take a look at it, but it seems like Dylan and EK65 are starting to find some chemistry. We're seeing that Shimmick and Burns are starting to find some chemistry. It just wasn't working with Ryan so far this season for some reason. We saw Heed slot in for a couple games. That didn't work. Was there another cat no, I guess it wasn't. For some reason, I thought somebody else.
Heed and Ryan have only been the ones that tuning.
So I like what Shimmick's bringing. I'm digging that in a big way.
Ryan is a carbon copy of Martin. Eh,
As in Paul Martin?
Paul Martin. Eh,
Ooh,
I could see that, but
I wouldn't say carbon copy, reasonable facsimile, maybe.
in the element chart.
Yeah, exactly. Parking a person in front of the net is hard to duplicate. It worked for Bufflin, but it hasn't worked for a big guy like Chara. Then again, Thomas Holstrom made his living there. That's great points. There are some guys who can do that. I mean, for God's sakes, let us not forget the name Sean Avery, shall we? Although it's a little different when you're playing in front of the net, but actually facing the goalie.
I mean, he was so good at his job that the NHL just blacklisted him from it.
Oh man, yeah, but there are some guys that could pull that off. But Bufflin was kind of that was a guy they broke the mold with him. But that worked great. I mean, he just had that ability, and it worked really well for Chicago. It's just the fact that Burns is that gifted at forward and defense that he has that that five tool guy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That I just think it's a dynamic that PDB should at least visit. And that way, if things are going sideways in the playoffs, it's something you can throw out there without it being completely foreign to everybody. You know what I mean?
I would say the only good thing about PDB's line blender is everyone gets a chance to play with another teammate. And so that's really like the only positive thing you could say about it. Um,
Actually, there wasn't much of a blender tonight. Everybody, and again, that comes from being able to take a lead and hold it, which is obviously something else the Sharks have had issues with over the last few games. But we saw, Couture out there with Meyer and Hurdle. We saw LeBanc out there with Thornton and Sorensen, Pavelski with Kane and Donskoy. And, I thought Pavelski had a really good game tonight. Donskoy went to the took a I don't boy, that penalty that Donskoy took, I don't know. I think that was a really ticky-tack penalty, to be honest with you. But
yeah.
but Donskoy atoned for it a hot minute later once he was out of the box. And when he assisted on Timo Meyer's second of the game. So at least he atoned for it, but God, I don't know.
Yeah, I also liked LeBank's game tonight. Still taking too much time shooting the puck, but
I was gonna say, dude,
yeah.
there was a whole group of us screaming what I think it was the Sharks' first power play or whatever, and LeBanc was just holding and holding and holding. It's like, do you need an engraved invitation to shoot the damn puck? Just get it on net. And I don't think the Sharks, for all the looks that they had between LeBanc, Thornton, and I think there was someone else, they never got a shot off. And they had they were there. Take the shot. Oy.
And that was in like the second period.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it was so in the second period. Matt, the only player I have a love-hate relationship for is LeBanc. He has so many opportunities, can make other players look great, but the guy can't finish his opportunities. Also, terrible penalties. Yeah, I would agree with all of that. He definitely needs to work on his decision making on when to get the shot off, when to make the pass. He has taken some boner penalties, but you know what though? I also think to a certain extent, I think people kind of scream at LeBanc for taking too many penalties just because he automatically goes to the box anytime the Sharks take a delay of game. So I think people just see him in the box so often, not realizing that, oh, it was a delay of game. It wasn't actually on LeBanc. They just see him in the box and think, God damn it, not again.
Pretty much. But I do think that the penalty issue with LeBanc is probably be something he's going to deal with for his entire career. He's a little bit too short for that position, center, even left wing. So honestly, like if he's not smart, he could probably be a real liability once his scoring or assists go away.
Yeah, boy, if he had the stick handling capabilities of like an Alexander Koryuk, he'd be just a whole lot of fun to watch.
Or even Martin St. Louis.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Vince saying 80% of LeBank's PIMs are him serving bench minors or delay of game. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. It's like the hella men, too many men on the ice. Boom, throw LeBanc in the box. Delay a game. Boom, throw LeBanc in the box. I mean, that's what it is. Interference against LeBanc was sketchy. Yeah, I honestly, I'm with the exception. Oh boy, I'm trying to think. It was the first or the second New Jersey penalty. There was a trip. I can't remember who that was, but I remember thinking like that was like the only penalty worthwhile tonight. The other three I do think were of the ticky tack variety. Um, yeah, Dave B. Pilot. So I agree. LeBanc doesn't take any more or less penalties per 60 minutes than any other Shark. I mean, and
You sure about that? The third period, it's always predictable. The last 2 minutes to get a bank penalty.
you're like, oh, show your work. Let's see here. I mean, just for the giggles, let me flip it around. Okay, well now, so you have to take into account that Evander Kane and Goodrow are really throwing off the. We have to grade on a curve here because Evander Kane has 59 penalty minutes, but if you recall, like 25 of those came against Vegas, and Goodrow 10 of his 23 came in the Vegas game for the misconducts. So Melker Carlson 18. That's not what you want from a guy playing the fourth line and killing penalties. You don't want him, leading the way. Brendan Dillon 18, Kevin LeBanc 18. So, maybe you get on Carlson before LeBanc when it comes to the Pims. Brent Burns 16, Timo Meyer 16. So
Yeah.
LeBanc only has two more than Timo Meyer. And and Timo Meyer's second on the team in goals and tied with Logan and Brent Burns for points at 30. So and how about that? 34 points in, or 34 games in, I think. I want to say we're about 34 games, and we've already got 3 guys on the team that are at the 30-point mark.
Yeah.
That's pretty significant. I remember like when everybody lost their minds of, I don't know, back in the Ricci Nolan area when 3 or 4 guys all hit the 30-point mark at like the halfway point of the season. So
Last year we had 20 goal scorers.
20 goal scores?
Yeah, just 20 goals in a season.
Oh, boy, I don't know.
I think it was 9 or 10. I think we had a decent amount of scoring in all four lines.
Let's see here. Logan at 34, Pavs at 22, Hurdle at 22, Meyer at 21. No, we had 4 guys last season who hit over 20 goals.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that didn't sound right to me.
I did. There must be confusing that with another team.
Yeah, probably Vegas.
Probably.
EK9 has most of his PIMs from the game that he got ejected. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He pulled 25 of his 59 from that. But that's still, even if you take away 25, 25 out of 59, that's still a pretty significant amount of 34 penalty minutes is pretty. Oh crap! All right, Kura's here, guys. I gotta go. Have a good night, man. See you guys later.
I got AOL out here.
Yeah. Let me see. Any idea who the European scout for the Sharks is? Guy deserves a raise and a Christmas bonus. Yeah, I would say that. You look at, Shimmick, Donskoy, Suomela, although I am a little perplexed as to why Suomela isn't, I don't know. He had such good chemistry with Donskoy. You almost want to see, like, what if they take, where's Donskoy right now with Pavs and Kane, right? So you move LeBanc up with Pavs and Kane. You keep the Couture line static, and you put Jumbo with Sorensen and what did I say? LeBanc. No. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to put Donskoy. See, PDB loves his pairs. So it's going to be Couture and Hurdle. It's going to be Pavs and Kane. It's going to be Thornton and Sorensen. And I would like to see Suomela and Donskoy. So, if you have Suomela and Donskoy, then I don't know, throw Goodrow over there. And then you put LeBanc on one line, and who am I missing? I'm missing somebody.
I don't think it's muchly due to production, and it's conditioning with Suomela, because this is his first season in the NHL. So this is 4 games in 1 week sometimes. I think they're just giving him conditioning rest.
Perhaps, or seeing if what giving some guys who may, like somebody like Radil who was doing well with the Cuda, you give them at least an opportunity, a look. You say, kind of a reward. People enjoy the carrot versus the stick.
What's up, Doc?
Where's your microphone?
I literally just got in really quick, so give me a sec. I got it up.
Okay, good for you.
Well, good for you.
Oh, Carlson is the one that I was missing. So if you Suomela, Donskoy, and Carlson, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
I think it's going to depend mostly on matchups and who we're going to face down the road. I'm not going to say it yet, but I think with Suomela, he might just be someone you just bench, put on the shelf for injury reasons.
That seems to be where they're at right now. All right, so we'll wait here for Puck Guy to figure out how microphone works. And
yes.
Okay, so your let's hear your this type of thing about the game. Do that.
Do what I thought tonight. I thought the guys played a full 50 minutes of a 60-minute game. I thought the first 10 they looked like they were sleepwalking, didn't get a shot on goal. That softy early on from Joner, I think, woke them all up and things started to get moving. To me, I think it wasn't until Timo got his skates moving and put that puck in the net to tie the game up. They did not look like they were ready to go, and then Timo got them going. I thought then everything started turning around for him. Jones kept him in that game too early on. I mean, when they were sleepwalking, New Jersey was putting pucks on, and just nothing was coming together. But then you saw Timo get these guys moving, scoring. Then Pavelski, Shimmick. What nice shot, man! That was a sweet shot to get your first NHL goal overall.
Yeah,
but
I was worried that Goodrow got a piece of it. Thank God he did.
But Hurdle in front. You talked about net front presence early on. Where has that been? You saw it there on that power play, that weird power play, to finish the scoring. And but overall, yeah, slow start, great finish. They get 2 points that they desperately needed.
Oh man, and just the amount of hell that they would have caught if they would have lost to the bottom feeder of the Eastern Conference, who played last night, went all the way to a shootout in Anaheim, coming in winning 2 of their last 11. If they had, I'm telling you, fans, that people would be calling for heads to roll right now, is what we're saying. And I would probably be leading the charge. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
If it weren't you, it'd probably be somebody else on this show.
Yeah. So looking ahead, Sharks get a couple days off. Dallas rolls into town. Now you'll remember that the Sharks just lost to Dallas in a putrid fashion. Wasn't that I'm trying to think, was that the game where they scored the first 3 and then no, that was the Coyotes? What was the deal with Dallas? I know that they gave up 3 straight to Dallas.
It was up. We were up 1-0, and they gave up 3 straight, including 2 quickies in the third period. The Sharks had their teaser goal, and then nothing.
Oh, that's right. Couture had the teaser, and yeah, it wasn't.
There was that 5-on-4 that we didn't do anything with, and they scored 2 goals afterwards.
Yeah. So now, also, let's take into account that Dallas, remarkable home record, horrible road record. So that's, take advantage of that. The Sharks have only lost 3 at home, and if memory serves, no, it was New Jersey have only won 3 away. But either way, Dallas has a losing record on the road.
Yeah, San Jose's 10-3-1 at home.
Exactly. I said they only lost 3 at home.
What's the record away?
It would be 6-8 and 4 or 5. It is. Hang on, let me pull it up here. It is away 6-8-3. The Sharks are 10-3-2 at home.
Okay, but what's Dallas's record on the
Dallas.
road?
I'm sorry.
On the
Dallas is
road.
6-8-2.
Okay,
So
so
they're
again,
about the same record as the Sharks on the road.
but losing record at home much better, or losing record away much better at home for Dallas. So that's the Sharks need to again atone for last week. I hope PDB keeps that game in their mind, and then you have the world's biggest trap game in Chicago coming up on Sunday. Oh, that is going to be such a trap game. I mean, Chicago is decimated right now. They are horrible.
Lost 7 in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so that's if you guys don't just win these next 3 games, I'm telling you, these should be tune-up games for Winnipeg next Thursday is what I'm saying, because that's going to be a hell of a game.
And it's massive next 3 games.
Yeah. So with that,
have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around.
And we will.
And because we were late and we apologize, we're calling it the reach around tonight, folks. All right.
It was going to be that no matter what you said, pal.
Whatever. You should wrap around.
Now, in the shootout, the Penguins are 2-1 victors on the island. Boo effing who?
In Detroit, the Wings take care of the Kings 3-1. Jimmy Howard with the victory as Dylan Larkin gets his 12th of the season.
Ha ha. Dominique would be victorious over King Henrik in Tampa Bay over the Lightning 6-3. Hayes just about as close as Timo Meier to a hat trick, but boom, it would not happen. However, Stamkos would get a hat trick tonight, kids.
Yep. And the Sharks won 5-2, and that is your reach around for the evening.
Short and sweet.
Just like Rocket.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to make the comment. So, oh crap, really, Rob Iman? Damn, dude. PDB is the Norv Turner of the NHL. Oh man, if you're a football fan, you understand what an insult that is. Holy crap, dude.
As someone who's the Chargers fan here, that's pretty accurate.
I was gonna say, dude, Cowboys, Chargers. I mean, oh my lord.
He won the Super Bowl with the Cowboys as the assistant head coach. But hey,
what he was? He wasn't Jimmy Johnson, was he?
No, he was the offensive coordinator.
Under Jimmy Johnson, you're saying?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you might be right. Yeah, who's the guy that took over after Jimmy Johnson got fired?
Barry Switzer.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. See, I thought Norv Turner might have been under Switzer, but anyway,
one of those two.
Yeah. Well, it would have to be because I mean, Jesus, that's how long it's been since the Cowboys have won. So with that, again, apologies for the late start. It happens, it's every once in a while you get a perfect storm where everybody's schedules just don't line up. So that's it. Catch us everywhere you can see at tealtownusa.com. Hit us up on your favorite podcatcher, be it TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, what have you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the SoundCloud. Follow us at TealTownUSA on Instagram, on Twitter. So new puck knowledge just dropped yesterday. Was there something else that no, I guess not. But anyway. Oh, and for the douchebag on Reddit who left the snotty little comment, good for you, pal. Good for you. If you can't say something nice, then shut the up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's it. We'll see you after Dallas unless something happens. If somebody gets another coach could be fired between now and Thursday. I'm not saying it's somebody from San Jose. I'm saying the NHL as a whole. We never know what is going to happen. Chicago certainly not lighting the world on fire even after Q's departure. So who knows? I mean, who's the coach in? Oh God. Oh no, Mike Yeo was replaced.
That's
geez.
Craig Berube.
Yeah, geez, man, it's just, man, it's a shit show, to be honest with some of these teams. This is not how I thought this was going to be shaking out, kids. And in fact, since it was such a quick wraparound, let's just take a hot second to look at the division, shall we? So yeah, New Jersey scraping the bottom of the barrel as we thought. Florida, all right. Ottawa 2 points better, but and then Detroit 2 points better than that, but pretty much shaking out the way we thought. Chicago and St. Louis fighting for the bottom of the West, or the Central, and I don't think anybody saw that St. Louis was going to be this far down or that Colorado would be this far up. And nobody thought Calgary was going to do this well this many games into this, after 31 played.
Not at all. Not at all. But
St. Louis, before the Eric Carlson trade, I really thought St. Louis won free agency. So something's not clicking there.
Yeah.
Well, they're beating each other up now.
Yeah. And, and the LA Kings got quick back, and it really hasn't made much of a difference. I don't know if that whole team, if their morale has just was in the dumper by game 15 and they just can't get out of it. And didn't Kovalchuk just go on the IR or day to day or something?
Yeah, he's on the IR for 4 weeks.
Yeah. So, things not looking any better there. Things were looking good in Arizona for a little while with Aiden Hill getting the second star of the week last week. And then, the Sharks lit them up fairly good. Rob Iman, the Kings need to fire sale. You may be right, my friend. I don't know who's going to take on some of those contracts, but obviously, you're stuck with Doughty, stuck with Kopitar. I don't know. Did you guys see that practice fight in St. Louis? No, I did not. Tweet me a link, please. I need to see this. I was too busy, dude. I'm still watching the final play of the Miami New England Patriots game over and over and over. I can't help myself. Aren't the Kings in cap hell? They very well might be.
I think they are next year when what's his name? The defenseman. Drew Doughty's contract kicks in.
Oh geez. Well, yeah, that would do it then. They might be in cap hell, but if you're a Chicago fan now and you're sitting there going, Jesus, we are, literally we're tied with LA as being the worst team in the NHL, a minus 31 goal differential. We've lost 7 games in a row, but we can, cry our tears into those 3 Stanley Cups that we've won in the last decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am kind of surprised though about Edmonton. It seems like they're making more of a playoff push than we kind of expected.
Well, you know what though, Hitchcock, that's the system that Hitchcock rolls. And if you look, and I guarantee you this will continue, Hitchcock, you watch the numbers for Talbot and Kiskinen, watch their numbers over the next 10 to 20 games. They're going to go up significantly because that's the style that Hitchcock plays. That's the system that he puts in.
Yeah,
they limit the high danger chances in a big way. That's always been it. Hitchcock has never been known to play the he's the one who invented the neutral zone trap, it felt like. So
with
yeah,
St. Louis, yeah.
I thought it was with Dallas.
I think I saw it more with St. Louis, but it probably could happen in Dallas.
Yeah, it's just, oof. Yeah, it's not a sexy brand of hockey that Hitchcock brings, but if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. So 6'8" goalie is hard to score on. Well, it's not that difficult.
I mean, theoretically, it's difficult, but
am I the only one who wonders why sumo wrestlers aren't why they don't figure out how to make them goalies?
Why do you want the next? You want that Bud Light commercial where he just sits in the net?
That's all I'm asking for, man.
I'm cool with that.
I think that would be so fun to watch. So with that, yeah, we went a little off the rails for the one asshole who gave us a thumbs down. Well, thumbs down to you too. Okay. It seems like every show, like the last 5, 6, 7 shows, we have varying degrees of thumbs up. And if you could give us some thumbs up, we always appreciate those. But we always seem to get that one person that gives us a thumbs down. I think I know who it is. And you live a sad and lonely life, my friend. If it's who I think it is. If it's not, I apologize. But anyway. So we're gonna get out of here. We will see you, dude. We're leaving, man. We're leaving. Are you gonna stick around or what?
Yeah, I'm good. But Xfinity, if you're watching, what the hell?
Okay. So that being said, we will catch you. Cash me outside. We'll catch you after the Dallas game on Thursday. Oh, what a shit show this was. Oh, okay. I just saw we just got 3 quick thumbs up. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So with that, we will catch you outside. Take us home.
Thanks for watching. Keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real, Teal. Have a good night. See you on Thursday.